Hi YouTube, this is Rich, and today we're going to talk about our Harbor Freight portable bandsaw. I've been watching on the internet, researching it. People are trying to make tables and everything that you can possibly imagine. So I actually have a table. I'll show you a little bit later. It's all just C-clamped up, ready to be welded, but my weld shop's closed for the winter. So I got to thinking about it, and I think I might have a little something you guys might be interested in. Relatively easy. Let's get started. Okay, so the animal in question is a Harbor Freight portable bandsaw, variable speed. Again, variable speed is going to be adjusted through right here on the trigger. And I've taken the liberty of taking off the guard. Okay, so guard is off. This is temporary just till I can get my table up and running, but it'll make my saw functionable here in my shop. You're going to see you got a nice straight edge here. In the casting, you have webbing, which is right here. So my plan is I need 3 components. Those components are going to be angle iron, which is, what is that, 2 inch? 2 inch by 2 by 1/4 inch. That is running 12 3/8 inches, but this doesn't matter. I'm going to use 2 beam clamps, 1 and 2. Now keep in mind that this here is going to be part of the design on the actual stand or table that we'll use for this. Actually, it would be the stand. The table is going to be in here, which that'll be another video. This is just for this part only. Okay, so we have beam clamps, 1 with a handle, 1 without, because I couldn't find another handle, but that'll do. That'll suffice. And I'm not big on taking off guards. I've been doing this a long time, and yeah, I will use it without a guard, but we don't have to. And what I'm going to end up doing is, I don't know if you can make this out here, but there's lines here and up above. I don't know if you can see the up above, but these lines run in between the webbing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the guard back on. And I've transferred those lines onto the guard. Now if we were to take a look at the beam clamps, at its widest point, it's about 400 thousandths. We'll check them both. It's right about that 400 thousandths mark. So what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to make an area in here. I'm going to cut it out that'll be able to accept the clamp down inside like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to clamp it onto this angle iron. And the clamping on the angle iron it's going to be pretty cool. I hope you guys stick around to see it, because you may not opt to even want to make a stand. What I show you today might be the end all. But I'll tell you what, let me get going. Like I said, we're going to make some cutouts, and I'll show you where I'm going to cut it out. I might even show you some layout. So stick around and let's see what we got. Okay, so I really haven't completely laid it out. but I have put some marks here. And this is about where we're going to run in between and make our cutouts. In a second here, we're going to get some dimensions off these clamps. And we're going to make a cutout. And that cutout is going to be in here, where this clamp is going to fit down in there. We'll always have our guard on over the tires and over the wheels. It's not flirt or disaster, but let's cover up as much as we can. There may be a little bit of an area that's exposed here where you might have a little bit of the saw blade where you could actually see it. But again, I really don't think this is going to be an issue with safety. So I'm going to get some dimensions. We're going to go off of the height gauge. We're going to put it up. And we're going to do our cutouts. I'll bring you back in a little while. Okay, so since the last time we were talking, I determined that the distance that I'm going to cut out is 590 thousandths. I know it's going to weaken that out a little bit, but at least I have one more stiffener right there, stiffener rib, that will help keep that a little bit more joined up. I may end up even just milling out a slot, putting it in like that. Well, we'll see. Let's get this determined and let's see what the heck we got. Let's cut it out. All right, let's do the other side. Okay, now I think I might drop that down to about 50 thousandths. Actually, let's go 60. I'll take that down to 60 thou. And that should pull us up above the thickness of the material, I'm hoping. Excuse my elbow. That puts us just right on that material thickness. So, as long as I stay in between these two lines, and what I determined is, for width-wise, now I'm thinking at its widest gap, I'm going to make it an inch so that it's easier to slip in. Okay, I'll lay that out, and we'll be back in 1 second. Okay, just a little bit of what I've been doing. I'm not going to take it out of the vise for you to see. But I'm just using my Dremel tool. And I'm going to knock out the centers. And then I'm going to take and come back with my files. And clean up the square holes. So I'll give you a little bit of what I'm doing. And I'll give you a little bit of the filing. Okay, just a little bit of the filing work here. Okay, I'll bring you back in a minute, just giving you a little bit of what I'm doing. Okay, So basically I am done with that for right now. I may go back and just do a little bit more of a little better of a deburring job on it. As you can see, there's the windows. Okay. So what I did is I left some of the original sheet metal there because I want to keep it rigid. You know, like we lost this stiffener here, but we still maintain this one here, and we retained the outside rim. So that's what I was planning to do. Now we're going to get rid of some of this stuff here, so we know what we have. Get our two clamps put over here. Okay, we're going to get our saw. Okay, let me just bring you down a little bit here. I think that'd be better. All right, so that's exactly what I wanted to see. All right. So what we have is our windows here, which we are catching the inside of that casting. But the blade is running about an 1/8 inch, right about where that stiffener is coming through. So the blade actually isn't exposed. So what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to take and we'll put in the screws for the guard. Okay, 4 of them, boom, boom. And then we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of this video. Okay, so here's our angle. Okay, now what I found that I had to take and mill out a little slot here, and that was for the here. That would be where we'd be hooking up the bolt for the guard. There's our 2 cutouts. And now I'm going to show you how we're going to set this up. Very simple. Very simple. All you need is a good vise with good clamping pressure. So I've taken the liberty and I've turned my vise, and this is where I want it to be. Gotta love them Wilton vices. Love them. And I've already pre-marked it. And just be careful when you do put this in that you are not putting it into the web of the angle. So let me just get a quick square. Doesn't have to be totally precise. Also, it's right here in front of my face. You just want it so that it's sort of in a vertical orientation. Okay, so right there it is. And crank on that thing. That ain't going anywhere. Okay, so now let's make sure we have our clamps ready, up and ready to go. So, yeah, this is going to be a hell of a lot easier than trying to do that saw like I was, or the table. But I will do the table. It's just, like I said, when I get my weld shop open. Okay, so now here we go. Just be careful with your cord. And what you're going to do is, this is a locator. Put that in there like that. Okay, so now just make sure that you're off that ridge of the off your guard. So there's one. This is two. There you have it. This is not going to go anywhere. I would trust that. Again, 2x2 angle iron by 250. 2 beam clamps. You got to relieve a little bit inside of the guard itself. I will make a new table. That's going to be a whole nother project, but I just wanted to show you how you could do that for very easy. I went and I picked this up at, I don't know if you guys have metal supermarkets around by you, but I went to a metal supermarket. I picked that up. I think it was like, I don't know, $3 or something like that. Beam clamps I had, so I just threw it all together. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to plug it in. And I'm just grabbing something that's close to me here. I don't want to cut up any of my brass. It's a little too expensive. Yeah, I know you're going to say, oh, this is just Delrin. Well, it is, but live with it. There you go. Quick and easy. If it works for you, great. If you like it, share it. If you like it, thumbs up. If you have any comments, please drop some comments for me. I answer 100% back, or I try to. Have a good evening.